Well, good morning and welcome to week 6 of the BNI Buzz. Still going green. We covered the first 3 of the 5 metrics of going green. That is also the power of 1. That number 1 would be the attendance, good attendance. Number 2 is pass and receive good referrals. Number 3 is invite a visitor once a month. Number 4, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about today is the one-to-ones. And number 5 is next week, and that is the CEUs on BNI University. So on one-to-ones, when I visit chapters, I hear a lot of pushback. People don't like them, can't do them, uncomfortable with them. And the reasons I hear is usually number 1, it seems like the one-to-ones are just not for everybody. If you're kind of shy, hard for you to go up and speak to somebody else, bit of a challenge. Number 2, people think, well, it's not really effective. I don't think it works. Number 3 is I just don't have the time. Like do it, just don't have the time. Well, let me say that it is worth the time. It is worth the effort. And I would hope everybody would take a serious look at doing one-to-ones because that's really how you grow the relationship, both business and socially oriented. So on BNI Swanky, at the bottom of the page on the left-hand side, there is, by Ivan Meisner, a little presentation called the 7 Tips for Effective One-to-Ones. And I grabbed that and I would like to just highlight the 7 real quickly so you know what they are, and then you can refer to those further down the line and get the rest of the information if you want. The first is to schedule it. Do that ASAP. It's one of those round to it things that we don't get to. Schedule 1, then schedule 2, then schedule 3. But get it down on paper, make the appointment with somebody, and make it. Also, make sure that you are in the right mindset before you have a one-to-one. If you just had to chew on your oldest for bad behavior, might not be the best time to have a good one-to-one. The second is it is a structured and social endeavor. Not all social, not talking about the Reds and the Bengals and so forth. There's some structure to it, which is coming up here in just a minute. But you want to find out who you are communicating with. Could be a go-getter, it could be a promoter, it could be somebody who's a little shy and retiring, could be an examiner, could be a nurturer. You don't know until you sit down and have the conversation. So you have to do that first. Number 3, and the most important point probably, is please remember it is not about you, it is about your referral partner. Number 4 is the gains profile. Now that's available. We'll highlight that hopefully next week in BNI University, or it's in the MSP booklet when you went through that training, and it stands for goals, accomplishments, interests, networks, and skills. You want to find out what your referral partner is really all about to see what you have in common based on the gains profile. Please commit to do what you say you're going to do. If it's I'll call you, I'll call him or her, I'll make the connection, I'll see. Please do it. Nothing more frustrating than not getting back to somebody, especially after you spend the time on the one-to-one. Number 6 is make it a recurring event. Don't do it just once. Do it every week. So when you finish the first one, schedule the second one. Finish the second one, schedule the third one. And number 7 is please focus and prioritize. Now that's a lot of information, difficult to retain all that. I use a little thing that just kind of came to me at some point in doing as many one-to-ones as I have, and that's called a scavenger hunt. Remember them from our younger days when we had so much fun trying to find the item. Well, I will tell you that everybody, with very few exceptions, has something about themselves that they are dying to tell you. If you find out what it is, it might be the basis for starting a very personal and business relationship. For instance, it might be a question such as, where'd you go to high school? Did you play sports? What position did you play? Or Did you serve in the armed forces? And if so, what unit and where were you stationed? The third, if all else fails, is do you have children? Tell me a little bit about them. What you're trying to do is to establish a personal relationship on which you can build the business and the social relationship. It does work. Please give it a try. I think you'll be surprised. That's it for this week. Don't forget your 1 CEU, and we'll see you next week, which would be week 7, and we're going to dig into BNI University and try to make that easier for you to navigate. Thanks for watching.